Hello everybody, Andrea Twarowski here with Dentalelle Tutoring. Now, in case you're curious who I am, if you've been watching the YouTube videos for a while or following me on Facebook, if you've seen some of the ads on Pinterest, you may be wondering who I am. My name's Andrea Twarowski, as I said, with Dentalelle Tutoring, and I've been tutoring now for about 12 years. So I was a dental assistant first and a dental receptionist as well. I became a dental hygienist shortly after that, and more recently I've been a restorative hygienist for about almost 2 years actually. So I've done a little bit of this and a little bit of that, but I do now focus on my tutoring. So I still work part-time, maybe even a little bit less than part-time, but you know, I love what I do and I am so happy to help students. So if you ever have any questions or need me for anything, please let me know. You will find my email on the main website at dentalelle.com. But I wanted to talk to you guys about something. I had written a blog post actually a couple years ago, but I had more recently started talking about it once again, because more recently I've had a lot of students who have been telling me that they have actually failed the board exam 3 or 4 times, dental hygiene students. And they email me and say, you know, I wish I heard about your tutoring sooner, but I haven't. It's either their last time to take the board exam or they have found out for their last time that they have failed, and they ask me what the options are. Now, you used to be able to take a refresher course, but unfortunately that's not on the table anymore. So what has to happen if you want to still be a dental hygienist is you need to actually take the whole program again. And I completely understand why you may be thinking, oh my God, I have to take the whole program again. But plain and simple, yes, you do. If you took the board exam prior to a certain year, you, for the first time, you have up to 4 chances to pass it. But if you don't, then yes, you have to take the whole program again. If you've taken it 3 times, you know, it depends on when you first started taking the exam, then that is your last and final attempt until you take the whole program again. Now, for those of you who may know or don't know, I actually took the dental hygiene program twice. So I know exactly what it's like. I know it's not easy. I know it's stressful. Initially, you may be thinking there's no way that I could take the program twice because, as you know, it's expensive. It's very expensive, a lot more time, more clinic hours, more homework, more projects, and more studying. So, you know, it sounds horrible. But if this is the career you want, you should take it once again, because I did. What happened to me was actually I went to a private college in London, Ontario. I was about 3 weeks away from graduating and my school shut down. Like, it literally just shut down, closed the doors, no more. And the owner of the school, he had shredded all the documents, if I can be honest. So any marks we had, anything we did, we had nothing to show for it. Literally, nothing to show for it. So we had no choice. We either gave up or we took the whole program again. Now, I was lucky though, because those in the last 2 semesters were able to get their money back, because there was a fund set up at the time for, in the event a school shuts down, those students who were in the last 2 semesters would get all of their money back. But we didn't get all of the time back. We didn't get all of that stress that we had to deal with. We didn't get that back. We had to take clinic again, see more patients, all of that. But at least we got our money back. So I can't complain. But can you imagine having to take the whole program again? It's possible. It is hard, but oh my gosh, just think about that for a second. So what I decided to do was I went to another private school, but this time I made sure it was accredited. I did that in Toronto, which means though that I would have to move 2 hours away from my home, live in a very expensive city in a very small apartment for 2 years, and finish the program. I had lived with 3 other roommates in a 2-bedroom apartment in Toronto. We did save a lot of money sort of squishing all of us in there. 2 people actually slept in the living room. I was lucky enough to get my own room because I actually stayed in Toronto on the weekends. So it made sense for me to have my own space because I was there more often, whereas the other girls went back to their homes in London every weekend. So yeah, so can you imagine having to squeeze into a very, very tiny 2-bedroom apartment in Toronto? The rent was easily over 1,000, I'm pretty sure. We had to pay our own hydro, internet, all kinds of things. And I was young at the time, so that was not something that I was excited to do, but I took the program again. So if you're thinking about it, if you're thinking, I don't know if I can, you know, it's ultimately a matter of do you want to? Do you want to be a dental hygienist? Yes or no? If it's too hard for you and you can't imagine doing it again, then you should do something else. But then again, if you do something else, then it's almost like all of that time, all of that studying, all of that money you had spent would be for nothing, right? So, I mean, think about it. I'm not here to push you either way, but I'm here to tell you that I did the same thing. I took the program again and I managed, right? I've been a tutor now for 12 years. So clearly I love what I do and I'm quite smart because I took the program twice. So if you take the program twice, you can think to yourself, well, whatever I didn't understand the first time, I will get it the second time, right? I don't know. That's how I kept, I guess, talking to myself. I said, okay, I'm the only one, you know, in that school at that time who was taking the program twice. So I said to myself, okay, I should know my stuff by the end of this. I am going to give it my all, study as much as I can, get the best marks I can. At least I was lucky enough that when we had clinic, my second time around, I was nervous, but not nearly as nervous as I was the first time because obviously having me be 3 weeks away from graduating the first time, I saw pretty much all of my patients. So I felt I knew my stuff and that did help me in clinic a lot. In fact, I finished a couple weeks early, I think almost a month early. So that was nice because I obviously had more experience. I felt more comfortable with the whole assessment phase, all of the paperwork. I was comfortable taking x-rays at that point. So it does help you. Having had taken the program, I did learn things a lot quicker. Things were a lot easier for me, not in everything. Like I remember in classes like pharmacology, I felt I had never learned any of that and it was still quite hard. Oral pathology, same thing. I thought, oh my gosh, I took this whole class and I have no clue what I just learned, you know, so that's possible too. But I passed the board exam the first time. So think about it this way again. If you take the program again, it's kind of like you're preparing yourself for the board exam all over again over the 2 years. So then when you finish the program the second time, you will more than likely pass, right? Because you have lots of experience. You have been studying a lot. So yeah, like I said, I'm not here to sway you either way, but I just kind of wanted to talk about myself a little bit and why I became a tutor. Because, you know, when I was in school, even the first time and the second time, I had wished that there was a tutor who could help me because I still found some classes quite hard and I wanted to get the best marks I could. If I didn't understand something in class, we had our teachers who would be able to tutor us, but they charged $60 per hour. I didn't have that kind of money, nor did I want them to tutor me because if I didn't understand it the first time, them explaining it in a different way, I don't know if I could have understood it. And $60 an hour, that's a lot of money because I did have to work part-time while I was in school. So that meant evenings and weekends. So I was making, I think like $10 an hour at the time. So $60 an hour, I just simply couldn't afford it even if I wanted to. Yes, I could have taken it alone, but again, if I felt it would have helped me, I probably would have, but I don't know. I kind of needed a tutor who would help me throughout the program, help me with different classes, help me with my homework, help me with my projects. And that is why also I do it online, so that I can help as many people as possible. And so that you can actually stay in your own home or in your own apartment and not have to leave and travel, say, a half an hour, 2 hours to tutor with me and then have to go home again. So this is actually a win-win for everybody, because I do tutor online. I tutor people from everywhere. It doesn't matter where you live. I tutor students on their own. I tutor groups of students. I have board exam prep courses. I teach in classrooms also, but again, it's all online, so it's so much easier for everybody. And I tutor evenings and the weekends. So if you are the student who, you know, is in school all day but has to work the evenings, you may not work on the weekends and you may only have time on the weekends. That's okay, because I tutor all the time. The Board Exam Prep Academy full course that I have to teach students how to pass the board exam, I do that Sunday mornings. Not evenings, not all weekend, but Sunday mornings, because I figure at that point you have probably had enough sleep, hopefully. I tutor at 9 in the morning, so it is early, but not early enough or too early, so that you can still enjoy the rest of your weekend, the rest of your Sunday, and you don't have to wake up too early. You can sleep in a little bit. You know, it depends on what sleeping in is for you. But also, all of my sessions, they are fully recorded. So if you can't attend a session, or if you miss a session, that's okay, because you can listen to them and view them any time. None of this, you have a week, you have 2 weeks, you have a month to look at them, that's it. None of that. You can listen to them as many times as you want, because if you're my student, you have full access to everything until you take the board exam. So let's say you are a student in the first semester, you have full access to all of the notes, all of the videos, everything that I have prepared for you until you take and pass the board exam. So depending on if your program is 2 years or 3 years, you may have 3 years for everything. So the sooner you sign up for the Board Exam Prep Academy, the better, because everything's included, everything. A one-time price, that's it. You could pay with payment plans also if you like, but you know what? I'm just trying to help as many people as possible, because ultimately I want you all to pass. I want school to be less stressful for you than it was for me, because it was stressful. I cried every day. I'm not kidding. The first time and the second time, I cried every day. I had mean instructors. I had nice ones. I had instructors that didn't teach properly, in my opinion. Reading from a textbook is not teaching. I had classmates who were special, let's just put it that way. I'm not perfect, but you know, school was always hard for me. It was very, very hard. And I think I felt that since I took the program before, I shouldn't have had to attend all of the classes, because some of the classes were quite boring. Some of the classes, I was trying not to fall asleep, and I kind of felt like, okay, I know this stuff. I've taken the program twice. I would like to work right now to make the money, but I can't because I have to be in class and learn something that I know. But some of the classes were still quite hard. Sorry if you hear my dog. She's downstairs. But some of the classes were still quite hard. I found school so stressful. Like I said, I cried every day. Every day. I'm not, you know, I may seem like a wimp to you, or you may be thinking, oh my God, I cry every day too. Because it is hard. It is hard, right? Dental hygiene, the program is next to impossible. They make things so hard for you that all you want to do is be done and be a dental hygienist. But in order to be a dental hygienist, you have to take the board exam and you have to pass it. So let me help you. Please let me help you, because I get emails all the time from students who say, I wish that I had heard of you sooner. I took the board exam and I failed it every single time. So it's kind of too late for me to help them unless they take the board or unless they take the program again. So please let me help you first, okay? It's a one-time fee for the full board exam prep academy. That's it, and I will literally be with you every single day. You can ask me questions anytime, because this is now what I do. So I have time to, help you, right? So anyway, I'm sorry if this video was a little bit longer. I know I have some YouTube subscribers that have hopefully liked this video. They've been asking me a lot of questions, so I just thought that I would explain my story a little bit and tell you, you are not alone. Dental hygiene school is hard. Dental hygiene school is stressful, but there is a way to get past it. So let me help you pass, and then you don't have to think about it anymore. Actually, I'm pretty sure that I still have nightmares about school, and I've been done for, oh my God, a long time now, because I've been working in the dental field for 12 years. I still have nightmares about school, about clinics specifically. I do. Not often, but I do have them. So let me help you make it so much easier for you. If you need anything, please let me know. I'm going to stop the video, and I hope to talk to you all soon. See you later.